5 weeks after the faculty strike began, college students back in the classroom today, but they now have the option of dropping the semester for a full refund or potentially receiving student support funds. And here's how it breaks down. Students allowed up to $500 to pay for childcare, rebooked flights, trains and buses, January rent, and a transit pass for an additional month. So what do students think about this? We're going over to Tammie Sutherland live now at Centennial College. Good morning, Tammie.
Good morning, Melanie. Centennial College staff, they're handing out these back-to-school guides for students who are coming in for the first day, explaining some of those options that you just mentioned, including flight travel reimbursement and the strike relief fund as well that's being set up by the college. Most of the students who we've spoken to say they're not considering withdrawing at the moment. They want to tough it out and see where they can go in terms of getting this semester in order. And we just spoke to a dean at George Brown who says that they are also preparing to welcome students back and to rearrange the schedule so that everyone finishes on time.
Well, we're certainly doing our best to ensure that with modifications to the curriculum, the students will receive the exact educational experience that they signed up for.
Now, the details of how students can apply for some of the refunds that Melanie mentioned there, including the $500 hardship fund, that's something that should come from the individual colleges. It sounds like they're still working out the details when it comes to that and hoping to provide more details coming up throughout the day or likely throughout this week. If you want more information on some of the dates for your individual colleges, you can head to our website at citynews.ca. Melanie, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Tammie.
All right. Pardon me.
Suckers.
Yikes. Yeah, it is finally back to class. Keep in mind, we had the summer off, then we only had 4 weeks of class, and then students were out in the colleges for 5 weeks. Tammie Sutherland has been watching the college students return back today. Tammie, there's also word that for the next 2 weeks they can consider whether or not they want to get a full refund and withdraw from class.
Yeah, that's right, Kevin and Dina. So earlier yesterday morning, the province announced 2 options for students who are affected by the strike. You can either withdraw from the semester completely, you get a full refund of your tuition, or you can apply for what they're calling a hardship fund. It'll help pay for rent or childcare that you had to actually incur during the strike itself. It's up to $500 when it comes to that amount. But students who I've spoken to say that's not really an option for them at this point. They're really concerned about what they're walking into this morning in terms of what their semester and what the rest of the year really is going to look like for them. They don't have a lot of detail, so they say they're going to be learning once they get back in the classroom today. And the one breaking news that we found out about this morning, and it's from one student here at Centennial College near Warden and Eglinton, James Favell. We spoke to him at about 7 o'clock this morning. He says that he's been in contact with several student coalitions and groups right across the province at other colleges. They're considering walking out of class on December 15th. So that is the day that the term should have ended. And it sounds like there may be a student walkout of some kind as well on December 15th. So we're going to have to wait and see about that. But students not really happy with the options that they're being given.
I feel for them. No easy answers there. Thanks, Tam.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Tammie. Tammie Sutherland talking to us this morning about the colleges returning. Top trends, according to all of your social media contact with us, the back-to-school cyberbullying and Elf the Musical. We'll get quite the mixture there. So let's talk about back-to-school for the college students.
That's right, and a lot of people are still quite upset about, you know, the college strike, the situation that they've been put in as students, of course. Marianne saying when your kid's tuition is over $10,000, receiving up to $500 is quite offensive, frankly.
Mm-hmm.
That's the trouble. Yeah, that's the hardship fund that they've been talking about.
Doesn't cut it.
A lot of students were saying to me that, hey, I could ask for a refund and pull out. However, they're telling me there will be no guarantee next year if I want to take the course over again that I will be given a priority. And talking to the students earlier today, they're not even ready for this. There really isn't a website that's been set up and a proper channel yet to apply for the hardship fund or for the refund.
Yeah, it seems like this is kind of a moving target, and they're trying to get this going, but there aren't details for students to figure out what the right option is, and there seems to be a lot of red tape around this and almost consequences if you do take into this and drop out of your program. Crystal also saying professors and faculty should have never been able to walk off the job and leave students hanging. During a nursing strike, you don't see hospitals leaving patients to to die because nurses have formed a picket line outside.
Yeah, and this is something, though, whenever you get situations like this, we talk about it during the strike, but afterwards everyone forgets about it. So anybody saying, well, we should really be debating whether or not they should be declared an essential service so that therefore they are not allowed to strike, then that doesn't happen now that the strike is over and it's going to be out of sight, out of mind.
Lorraine's saying every student should be receiving compensation, not just, you know, certain students, and you have to drop out of the program and all the rules that they have around that. Every student should be receiving compensation. And Donna saying, I totally agree. My son saved up for college himself, and just because he doesn't have to pay for daycare costs, bus travel, etc., he gets nothing. These students suffered just because of this strike.
I don't know, with so much time lost, money spent, wasted, maybe they just have to double up and try and get it done?
Or perhaps the answer is start negotiations a lot sooner. And stop going with these 11th hour settlements. We're seeing
but now that
so
the damage is done, what are the answers?
The damage is done. I think you just said it there. That's the answer. The damage is done.